Courtney's sick of this shit already. Hey.
Hello.
Welcome to a pretty good cooking question and answer session. We're doing this as a celebration of 1,000 subscribers. Thanks for all you people who watch our dumb show. We enjoy making it, so I'm glad that you watch it sometimes.
And some of you might not recognize me. Phil is the star of the show, but I'm usually filming and I do all the editing.
But we asked you for some questions, so we're gonna try to answer them now.
And we hope you enjoy.
Also, it's inevitable that someone's like, hey, what's the first step? But yes, we're drinking.
Our first question comes from Snap Daves.
I like that guy.
Do you think that the pressure of a weekly cooking show combined with your newfound worldwide internet fame will inevitably lead to addiction and depression and probably homelessness?
Yes, I'm actually already homeless. Actually, no. I think I'm cool. As long as I don't get famous, I'll probably be okay.
How do you make turbo sauce?
Well, okay, so you start with Frank's Red Hot, and then after that you go f*** yourself.
Guitar Maniac 2121. On average, how much do you guys drink per episode?
I drink a lot more than John does.
That's true.
So, for every show, I drink one drink at least before we start filming. I don't know, like 5 drinks?
I, on the other hand, will usually have somewhere between 0 and 2 during the filming, because I'm filming, so between the two of us...
Probably like 9,000 drinks.
That does sound about right. Our next question comes from Dylan F.
I like that guy. I like all of these guys, all these people.
Phil, what is your go-to meal when you're feeling sick or down?
When I feel sick, I like to eat chicken soup. Oh, when I feel down, I kind of talked about that in an episode, I think. It used to be like a 6-pack of PBR Tall Boys and a frozen pizza. But now it's just a goddamn chicken shitload of bourbon.
The second part of Dylan F's question is for me. John, do you ever cook meals for Phil? Maybe you could do an episode where he films you cooking instead. There is one time that I cooked a meal for Phil at one of his old homes, and it was eggs.
You made, you cooked some really cheap beef in a pan, and then you scrambled some eggs, and then you served it with a shitload of frozen peas.
Yeah, the peas.
It was beef, eggs, and peas.
Yes, it was the make what you can with whatever's left in Phil's fridge meal. I would like to do an episode eventually.
I think that would be really funny, and I'll probably harass the shit out of you the whole time. I'm gonna enjoy that episode.
I hope we all do. When will the pizza video come out?
Okay, so we're filming the pizza episode on the 31st of this month. May, the 31st of May is getting filmed, so hopefully sometime in June.
Church Warden Chap. In your channel's preview, you say you used to cook professionally. What made you stop?
The money and the hours, and it didn't have a lot of dignity, really.
Our next question comes from Snap Daves. Do you like Mr. Bungle?
I only know Mr. Bungle from a Weird Al song. I think I'm too young to understand that reference.
I also have no idea who Mr. Bungle is. How many times, if ever, have you cut your finger while cooking and drinking?
Not too often. I mean, there's like one time in one of the episodes where I like nicked myself. I really want to keep all my fingers, and I recommend everyone else do the same.
What is your favorite Spongebob episode?
Jellyfish Jam, hands down. Oh my Christ. Do you have an answer for this? Do you even watch SpongeBob?
I don't watch enough SpongeBob to have an answer.
That's my favorite SpongeBob episode, hands down.
Where are you from?
I'm from Ohio.
I too am from Ohio.
We live here.
It's true. The next one is from Jesse. How important is beard growth in regard to cooking technique?
Wait, beard growth and cooking, maybe not related. There's plenty of babyface chefs who are super good. But like beard growth and being cool, I think there's a closer connection.
Alright, the next one is from Jesse Prado. How can I be a great chef like you?
I'm not that great. I am pretty good. Just cook frequently Like really pay attention to what you're doing. Ask people what they think of things. To like taste things as you're cooking them. Understand like whenever you add something to a dish, what does it actually do to the dish? Yeah, I mean, you inevitably will get pretty good at it.
Our next question comes from Snap Daves. Do you ever buy a lot of food at the grocery store, but then get so disenchanted with the world that you push the cart full of groceries as fast as you can into oncoming traffic, and then have to explain to the police that ennui is a medical condition and they had no right to cavity search you in front of the woman's holding cell?
I enjoy grocery shopping a lot. I spend a lot of time trying to pick out the best something. As for the rest of this stuff, I don't know. Like, I can't relate too much. I will say that ennui is a hell of a drug.
Stop asking me for a fucking name asks, where are you guys from? We're still from Ohio. Eddie D, what is the worst thing you have ever cooked?
You remember that time I made the curry that was fucking terrible? I tried to make curry and I think I put too much cinnamon in it. But it was just vile stuff.
What inspired you to start cooking?
I was hungry.
Dutch asks, do you have or watch any favorite cooking YouTubers? My answer is no and no.
My answer is also no.
Next question comes from Thad McCollum. Were you born this awesome, or were you professionally trained to be awesome?
I'm like the summation of a couple decades of just weird things happening.
So no, he was not born that way. He wasn't trained by anyone except himself. The next part of Thad's question is, where's my beef Wellington recipe?
Your beef Wellington recipe is up your butt and around the corner. I mean this in the nicest way, but fuck you, I'm never making beef Wellington.
Our next question comes from Snap Deus. I find that sand in my food is one of the worst ways to enjoy sand. Do you?
I prefer sand in glass form.
I don't prefer sand. Do you enjoy sober cooking more or drunk cooking?
Probably buzzed cooking is the best.
Mr. Fong's next question is, what's your day job?
Well, I work for a chemical company. Not in customer service, but in a weird role. I'm a young professional person.
I'm a business analyst. I got Phil hired with my influence.
He helped.
What's your favorite beer / liquor?
My favorite beer? What's my favorite beer?
PBR.
No. Courtney, what's my favorite beer? I don't even know.
PBR.
Probably my favorite liquor in general right now. My type is probably whiskey.
My favorite kinds of beer are wheat beers, and as for liquor, rum would be my favorite.
He's actually a pirate.
You don't know.
I do.
They don't know.
I know, you're a pirate.
Next one is from Kyle Gibson. What motivates you to do these videos weekly? And do you have any plans for other videos other than cooking in the future?
John and I, we had, like the young adults we are, we had a weekly video games night where we'd be hanging out. I'd usually cook dinner and drink and play some video games or whatever. There were always antics involved, and we thought it would just be funny to film it. So like that, I mean the original shows, like the Wieners episode and stuff, I mean it's literally just cooking dinner. And that's really what the show is all about. I mean we still have like guest shows and novelty shows, but most of the time it's literally like, what am I gonna have for dinner tonight? And we film it. For other ideas I've had, I thought it would be kind of cool to do a couple gardening shows, because we have a garden out back.
If anyone has any non-cooking related videos that you'd like to see from us,
oh yeah,
let us know in the comments and we'll see.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Zombiezilla 1000. When will you cook with Spam?
Oh, maybe when my brother's in town, because he likes Spam.
What is your favorite thing to cook?
Right now, chicken stock.
What is your favorite thing to get when you go out to eat?
When I go out to eat, I really like to get pho. I like burgers, I like wings.
Yeah, I don't really have a favorite thing to get when I go out. It's just whatever looks the best on the menu at the time.
John doesn't even really like food. That's not true, you do.
Throw it in the trash.
He eats the meals.
Are you both single?
I am very much not single. Courtney and I have been together for over 7 years, and we're looking to get married real soon. John respectfully declines to answer this question.
Our next question comes from Snapdeus. If you had a nickel for every dollar you have, how much less money would that be?
wait a minute. Can you say that again? I would have 5% of my current amount of money. That was an easy one.
Will Game for Beer, one of our good friends.
Will Game for Beer. He's a cool guy. You should watch him play some video games. I mean, if you're into that kind of thing. If you like watching videos of other people playing video games, you should watch Will Game for Beer.
What camera/editing software do you use? The camera that we use is a Canon EOS M with the 18 to 55mm kit lens. And as for editing software, I use Sony Vegas. It's pretty much the only software I've ever used for editing video other than Windows Movie Maker, and it's definitely better than that. Brokaw Tom, what's your go-to food to eat when drunk?
It's like whatever is handy. I really like. You know, like fried things are good. I like French fries and chicken wings. And, I also make this thing. There's not a lot of dignity involved. I like take a bowl and I fill it with peanuts and I just put like a lot of sriracha on there. Sometimes I put in like some carrots or something. But that's a drunk snack of mine that I like a lot. My
drunk food is pretty much anything that's filling or heavy.
Gut fill.
Yes.
Yeah. You're a professional.
Next one is from Ian Mobbs. How often do you cook versus eating out?
I cook all the time. I mean, I do eat out when I'm lazy. I try to cook like every day. I cook all the time. I love cooking.
I also cook all the time. I will maybe eat out once a week, like if I'm going out with friends, but if I'm just by myself, I will pretty much always just cook something. Were you ever a chef?
Yeah.
Next question is from me, 19893. Can jet fuel melt steel beams? Phil?
The answer is no. It's an inside job.
Next one is from Bobtastic. I'm looking for a good cutting/chopping/whatever knife. What would you recommend?
The best knife for your money is going to be the Victorix. They're cheap as hell and they're really good.
Adam asks, what do you order from Taco Bell?
Taco Bell. Frito burrito. That shit was my shit.
When I go to Taco Bell, I will pretty much always get 1 or 2 shredded chicken burritos and a supreme steak chalupa. I like chalupas. Nelson, how many people live in the house? There's always someone new every episode.
I love that question. There are 2 people who live here. It's me and Courtney. Everything's filmed in my house. But the people who come, they're just my friends. I have friends. I hope you have friends too.
Next one comes from Stiffy. How long does it typically take you to edit an episode? This really depends on what kind of episode it is and how complicated and how long the meal took to make. I can usually finish editing one in an evening, so like a couple of hours.
I want to take the opportunity to say God bless John for all the work he does on the show. I mean, you guys watch the show and you watch me drink a bunch of booze and cook some things and yell sometimes, and that's like about the amount of effort that I put into it. I answer like some of the comments, but John's like really the one who makes the show happen. Like all the editing and stuff takes him hours, and I don't have that kind of time. God bless John. Everyone should like John. He's a nice guy.
Thanks, Phil.
You're welcome.
From Snapdeus again. If I drink 84 beers in a week, is an acceptable excuse for this? I'm just really thirsty all the time.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
I approve.
Badass Mando asks, do you prefer beer battered or bread coated mozzarella sticks?
Bread coated, I guess.
I don't know what I prefer.
Who gives a shit? Just eat it.
Last one here from Badass Mando. How do I make her love me? Sad face.
Well, you can't make her love you, but you can treat her with respect and listen to what she says and try to show her that you care about her as a person and that you think she's a nice lady. But like if she's not into you, just don't bother. I mean, there's a lot of people out there.
Don't waste your time on someone who's not as excited about you as you are about them.
Yeah, don't worry about it. Yeah, I'm sure you're a cool dude. It's fine. Eat some broccoli.
And it looks like that wraps it up for our first ever Q&A. Again, thank you very much for all of your continued support and watching our videos. We really enjoy hearing from you. If you guys have any suggestions of more things you would like to see in our videos, things you'd like to see less of in the videos, any suggestions whatsoever, feel free to leave them in the comments and maybe we'll do something with it, or maybe not. We'll see. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.